Oh, thank you for that, Wasty. Very dramatic. Out of 10, what would you rate his crying skills?
I don't know, if like you got an IBS advert or something like that. Yeah! Man does not get enough fiber.
Oh, wow.
No, that was lovely crying. It was fantastic.
Okay. Now we know what JP looks like. I'm joking. Okay, well, we are talking movies with JP Sebastian, and today's one he is reviewing. This one's called Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yes, ma'am.
Interesting cast.
Yeah, so Michelle Yeoh, James Hong, Ke Huy Quan, who is someone who you might recognize when I show you this little clip from your childhood. You'll see for yourself, but here's a look at the cast, the crew, the actors, the queen that Michelle Yeoh is, talking about Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, coming out today.
There are a million things we could say about this movie. It covers every emotion, every genre, and it's
everything, everywhere.
All at once.
All at once.
And yet it still holds together because at its core, it's a family drama about a mother trying to reconnect with her family in the middle of all this noise.
It's all in their minds.
We wanted to take this kind of sci-fi conceit of the multiverse and then take it to absurd places, but also take it to philosophically relatable extremes.
You know, it asks the question, how do we pay attention to the ones we love when the universe is trying to take that attention away from them?
And we asked ourselves, who would our protagonist be? And as soon as we had the idea that maybe it would be one of our parents, it was so inspiring, and it was so fun to write a character inspired by our parents, you know, and then write a villain inspired by us.
Every scene has been thought out and composed.
And yet allow you to play?
They have created a situation where everybody should be more friendly and more creative.
There's a real feeling of kindness.
It's very intentional the way that everyone is cultivating a workspace that is full of joy.
Despite all of the pyrotechnics and the fabulous cinematic flourishing and flaring, at the core, it's a love story between a mother who's feeling that her daughter has stepped away from her.
That's where I think the Daniels were so brilliant.
They pull the rug from under you, and we can go to these universes where you go, that's crazy, that's outrageous, that's totally out there, it's not possible. But the intensity of the emotions, the sincerity of the love or confusion or heartbreak is so tangible and so real that you believe it.
It was never our intention to tell a story, an immigrant story. The multiverse is so much about asking what if and wondering about regrets, and so much of the immigrant story is about taking risks and asking what if.
I hope that when you see our film, you find that at the end of the day, family do come together. Family do stick up for each other.
This has just been, it's been one of the best adventures of my life.
Wow, what an interesting movie concept. I wanted to know from you, is this, I mean, the acting is brilliant.
Yes.
But talking about the movie editing, that chop, chop, chop scenes next to each other to create that multiverse, wow.
Yeah, and what might be even more mind-blowing is, well, I mean, that's just how much of a, you know, turn my brain upside down type of experience this was, is if you look at the credits for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, you see about 20 minutes for visual effects artists.
Sure.
So there's 50 visual effects artists in core team and 1,500 doing rendering, etc., etc. 6 people worked on this. Six visual effects artists did the work of a movie that can stand shoulder to shoulder with a superhero movie.
But
it's an achievement.
I'm looking at this from an editing side. It's quick cuts. It is brilliantly done. This one's
But
called
still feeling
Everything,
fluid, hey?
Everywhere, all at once. Well done to that entire team. Maybe that is the secret. Less is more. Less hands involved gets a better vision across.
Yeah, and you know, if you keep at least the heart of the thing, and you know, it doesn't get torn at the seams and pulled too stretched too thin or whatever by a huge crew and huge amounts of visions here and there. But let me just tell you about the singular vision that is this weird wide world of everything everywhere all at once. So Michelle Yeoh plays Evelyn, who is a woman at the moment being audited by the IRS, that's the American SARS, so they want to see the receipts, otherwise they could lose the business. She runs a laundry, which is difficult as well. On top of that, she's got a daughter who she has a tough relationship with. Her daughter is lesbian. She's trying to keep the peace while her father comes back into the picture, who she's got her own difficulties with, abandonment issues and all that kind of stuff, but he's fallen sick. Now he's living with them. She's got a husband who's about to serve her divorce papers.
Her life is tough at the moment.
And at the same time, he's not a bad dude necessarily, but the relationship, can it work, can't it work, we'll find out in the movie. He's this man who just puts on a brave face and he wants to be the happy face in the family that's quite tense a lot of the time. And eventually she bumps into him from a multiverse. Him from another universe occupies his body to tell her, I've got an important message for you, you have to save the world. That's obviously where it starts getting pear-shaped and all sorts of strange. But as you can see, it's a martial arts movie. It's hugely funny. There will be scenes that will make people like raise an eyebrow. There'll be some comedy that's not for everyone. There'll be some that will make your belly rip. I laughed myself silly at a lot of it. And then, like I said, it's got a big, gigantic heart too.
It ticks that whole JP Sebastian sense of humor.
Well, yeah, I'm a weirdo. If you're a fan of stuff like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Michelle Gondry, Charlie Kaufman, what else? Truman Show. That kind of. You loved the Truman Show. You studied it, if I remember correctly. So that's sort of like abstracted worlds, breaking down the metaphysics of everything and everything that Doctor Strange should have been but wasn't.
Ooh.
Now you want to know the score, don't you?
There we go. I'm dying to know how many popcorns is JP Sebastian giving our movie Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Also for a movie about the importance of trying to fight to bring loved ones back from the brink of oblivion, whether feeling like their lives are meaningless or feeling like that it should all end, the message is powerful enough just to give it 8 out of 10.
Wow.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. For not just for weirdos, but absolutely weirdly, and you deserve to see it at the cinema of your choice, being New Metro. That's right. Out this weekend.
It is out this weekend. JP Sebastian, always love talking movies with you. Thank you so much. It is out. Do go and check it out and let us know if you would also give it an 8 out of 10.